some work comprehending time, and you guys kept trying to act like you were helping me do that after I told you that I didn't need your help. So here's what you guys are. I'm a very good provider. I seem to make sense of everything, hence how I ended up in the situation I'm in right now. So no matter what, I'm always gonna find a workaround, and the only way for you guys to tighten up on that is to just admit that you're doing wrong, and at that point, I level the next argument, and a lot of you guys have to sacrifice yourselves for your humanity, and you won't do that. And so you guys will just tighten up until another catastrophe occurs. Now, I'm not trying to claim responsibility here, so I will not say it. I think you already know what I'm talking about. Now, I provide a lot. It means that I get a lot in return because I understand naturally the trade, right? And you guys just like to take as much as you can and then keep as much as possible. Here, I'll draw it again. You like to take as much as you can, right? But then you only want to give as little as possible, as little as necessary, as little as logically necessary, as little as we can logically say. And so what you guys do is while I'm developing and I'm working on stuff, you create a little current here. And this current sucks in from me, right? Sucks in from me. And then while I'm working, let's say the sentence that I need to finish is the area of unpredictable time is what creates a stake in valuable action. You guys will suck from me. You guys will take that from me. And while I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why is this taking so long? Then you'll give it right back to me and say, oh, here's what you need to write. Stake in time. And here, I'm not fucking stupid. I know what the fuck you're doing. And so I say, I know what you're doing. Now, this brings me back to a while back, 2017, a party where I tried to help somebody. Someone says the same thing to me, which makes me think that, well, I know for a fact you guys have been planning this for a long time. I'm a very valuable person, and none of you want to admit it. Instead, you act like I'm selfish, egotistical, and need to have my temper and conceitedness in check. But really, that's just y'all's excuse to take from a high provider. Now, amongst realizing that you are taking from me and then giving it back as if you've actually helped me with something that you always do, I say, bro, I don't need your fucking help. I don't need your help. And you guys go, oh, you don't need our help? Oh, you don't need our help? Okay. And then you do what you do here. You block me off from money, from working, and from food. And now in order to eat, in order to have a place to stay, I always have to somewhat ask you for help. And you do this on purpose because the whole thing is we don't want you to exist getting that much unless we can take from you regularly, unless we can establish a right to just take from you whenever we want. And you don't have that right. You don't have it. You're not good enough people. I don't respect you. I don't love you. I want you to die. So one of the things that you guys would do here is that you would suck up so much of what was going on in your selfish desire to hold everything possible that it would cause things to occur. So let's say let's start like this. So as we all take and then give as much as we're taking, it establishes these boundaries of nothing, something, frustration becoming solid around us. You guys, though, were just taking as much as you could, and so you would chop through those boundaries. And because of that, everything that we were standing on would become wobbly, and it would be almost like we were on little boards trying to maintain balance as they stopped making sense and bumping into each other, right? And so what you guys did here is with me, you sucked in so much that it caused me to collide with things until you got something bad enough. And I think you did this strategically. Something bad enough that you could claim, no, this is why he doesn't deserve, he's not fair. This is why he doesn't deserve to have what he wants. This is why he doesn't deserve to think on his own. This is why we always need to observe what he's doing, and if he has a place to stay, it needs to be with our permission, and we always need to have control over the situation. And so you got your little event. You got your events that you could claim. Because he did this, he no longer has the right to his own custodianship over himself. But here's what really happened. So a ball got thrown, right? And it bounced off the wall, and it hit somebody in the head. And that person wants to know, what the fuck? What is that? Why did that happen, right? Here's what you guys did. You're disacknowledging the fact that you wanted to take from me a very high-value thinker, a very high-value provider. And you're just saying that the ball bounce off the wall. So here's what you guys are actually using. You're using collision currents that you caused. You threw the ball, it hit the wall, and then it bounced off and hit someone else. In order for it to be at this point, where it's bouncing off the wall, it has to have been in motion somehow. But you're discontinuing that. You're disacknowledging that. And you're just saying, ball bounced off the wall, ball bounced off the wall, ball bounced off the wall. And what you're doing is you're quoting moments that are already in a losing motion so that you can take off from them and use them to take at that point. So in order to justify taking, you have to quote a moment that was already in a losing motion, a moment that was already taking, a moment that you were causing with your intention to take from a high value provider. And so here's how this is working now. We got bulls, right? You got your bulls, which looks like a devil here. I didn't draw the bull right. I didn't draw the bull right at all. Look, hold on, let me draw the nose. Look, hey, look, that kind of looks like a bull, right? So you get the bulls, right? And the bulls have their little red flags. Let's just draw the word red on here, right? The color red. And they'll be like, oh, what the fuck, I want that. What is that? I want that. Fuck you, right? Here's what you guys are. Instead of me placing a red flag in front of you, which I guess I am kind of doing that, I'm literally just telling you the truth and you're running from it. And I guess, the red flag in your case is the idea of being able to get away with it. And so this right here ends every formation against me. You'll panic here. You'll try to attack me right now. You can't though. You can't. Because here, the loss that you're trying to throw me in front of will just be exposed to you, and you don't want to deal with that. You can if you want to, though. You really fucking can. So, just wanted to ask you guys to stop interfering with my work while I'm doing it. Stop trying to find ways to establish currents of taking from me. Because at this point, I am very much invested in eliminating portions of this society that won't stop affecting my life in a negative way. A good example of you guys taking so much that it breaks things apart. There was something I was supposed to say in this video that I didn't get the chance to say. So I'm gonna say that. There's another person walking this plane who has a similar tale, which is that they were molested and that they did wrong because of it and that it wasn't their fault. But here's the thing. Following the differences, they actually went through with a lot of the things that they were being told to go through with as they were being taken. And we can study this by your current mindset. So, whereas I was falsely charged with the crime that they committed in order to save them because they had actually done it and you got tired of me not doing it, what you established here was a person who commits crimes and eventually gets punished, eventually meets what they deserve because of it. They get hurt, they get suffered. They're their little Jesus. But you prefer them over me because they actually get to do it before they suffer, which you perceive as just a natural part of life. You perceive that no matter what, you'll have to suffer, but this guy, he actually does it. And if we follow him, we'll still actually get to have our fun. So I figured that one out. I'm gonna eliminate him. I'm going to kill him. And then I want you guys to justify yourselves from that point. He's a very confident guy. Not confident enough, not smart enough either. His entire take scheme is on the idea that you told him that if he kept doing it, you would give him what he wanted. But you can't keep giving him what he wants forever, and he knows that, and I know that. Now he's trying to establish currents off of me because I'm an actual provider. I won't let him. He knows that, and I know that. So now he's gonna try and steal from me in private, in sneaky ways. I won't let him. He knows that, and I know that. He's gonna die. I really don't fucking care. I have no concern about it. Apparently he fucked my girl while I was with her too, so I got every reason to be like, fuck it, I don't need that one to be alive anymore. So, your whole scheme in life is that you want to do wrong, but that you need a guy who's able to suffer for you so that none of you have to go through the consequences. Your whole God is the guy who's stupid enough not to realize what he's doing is wrong before he gets punished. The innocent scheme. I genuinely didn't know what I was doing, therefore I don't deserve to die. But you all created that. And by creating it, by participating in the creation, you all knew what you were doing. And now that puts him in the upper position. Same thing with me. Upper position in which he now has control because he was only following collective direction, and you guys wanted to be able to establish doing wrong, taking as much as you could before he knew better, so that you could say, no, this is a normal thing, this is our current, this is what we got before we suffered. I'm taking that away from you. I don't want you to have that anymore. I want you to suffer. I want you to hurt. I want you to beg. I want you to cry. I want you to literally have to suck my dick to survive. That's what I want. That's what I'm going after. Because all your God is the one who did the most wrong before they did better, before they knew better. There it is right there, it's right here. The one who did the most wrong before they knew better. That's all your God is. The one who did the most wrong before they knew better, and therefore following them allows you space to do that wrong without getting the consequences. Their God can't produce. Your God cannot make this. Your God cannot sustain what is happening. Your God is only taking and then throwing others in front of its pain. I'm gonna kill your God, and you're only gonna have one place to go, and that's me. Hello everyone. I'm eating hold on. A Jack's Link beef and cheese sticks. Time to get serious. This is my serious voice. No, I'm just kidding. So as of now, it seems like maybe because of political differences, or maybe because people have just done things in response to ideas that they don't want to take back, it feels like society wants to turn me into a pedophile so that they can justify everything they've done and kill me. I know you're thinking, no, that's just because you're a pedophile and don't want to admit it. No, if I was a pedophile, I'd say that shit. I'd say that shit and not figure it out. But here's how it works. So keep a guy isolated, keep a guy separated, right? And then tell him that there's no such thing as age. And that the reason his life has been so bad is because he believed in age, and that all the things he wanted to do, he could have done if he just would have not cared about things, right? And then make it so that whenever he's like, no, you're crazy, that's insane, punish him. Make his life harder. Make it harder for him to live. So that every time he rejects the idea, he associates that with things going bad. Now, while he's isolated, keep confusing him, pressure him. He can't disprove it. Just keep saying, no, that's what this is. You just won't do it and go through whatever happens so you can't get there. And whenever he's confused, whenever he's pressured, whenever he's been trained that whenever he won't accept it, things get worse, he'll start being like, oh my gosh, is that what this is? Is that really what this is? And then when he does it, just be like, click. Oh my gosh, you're so stupid, bro. It was just a prank. He actually did it. He actually did it. So, because of that, I think I have the right to challenge existence here, to challenge God, to make a choice. Either me or the people that are trying to create a pedophile so that they can get away with murder. And if existence or God or whatever it is doesn't make the right choice, then I'm pretty sure I've won the chess match that my life has been. Shame on you guys. Shame on you. So I have a hypothetical for you. Let's say that everybody around you wanted to kill you off and they needed an excuse to do so. And so they isolated you and they keep trying to force you to be a pedophile. And they're so confident in what they're doing that they pretty much told you that they're gonna get it no matter what. That one day they're gonna find the right little sweet spot in your mind to convince you. And that's just what they're doing. And they're saying that if you don't kill yourself, then you've accepted it. That if you don't kill yourself, then you're allowing it to happen. And so you're just as guilty as they are. What do you do in that situation? I mean, you could kill yourself, but then you're left a reality of people who just go around committing the most abhorrent crimes so long as it's not their hands touching it. You kind of failed life, failed God even, by not trying to be a hero, by not trying to do the right thing. But if you don't kill yourself and they get you, there may be a point in which God doesn't listen anymore. So what do you do? How do you take care of things?